First off, I would just like to thank Coach Sweeney and Coach Pimentel. You guys are great coaches and utterly amazing men. My fellow captains Mike and Grant for taking on an important team role as juniors and just being positive, cooperative, and nice people who made my job easier. My teammates for always being there for me and for being my friends. I know no matter how hard practice is or how bad my day was going, I could go to that locker room and be happy with the greatest people in the school. Kylie and Grace, thank you guys so much for everything you did. You guys were awesome. I don't really know that many junior girls. I would just like to sit in a wrestling room and see half-naked men. But you guys did a great job at that. The boosters also deserve thanks for making everything function and doing everything behind the scenes. I would like to thank every single parent also for supporting the team, packing your kids' food, and for staying in those gyms for a long period of time. Nothing can happen without all of you. So thank you so much. Mom and Dad, I would also like to thank you guys for supporting me in every single aspect of my life and just always being there for me, good or bad during wrestling. You guys are so helpful with everything, and you're just awesome parents. This season for me was the greatest part of high school. I know practices are hard and the meets aren't that easier, but I was the happiest I've ever been during the season. Before the season started, I wondered how we were going to do. I knew we only had 6 upperclassmen, so I was kind of worried that my senior year might not have been the best. That mindset shortly changed after the first practice, where I came to the locker room, and every single locker was taken, and I didn't even have one for my own. We filled out every single weight class, and we had a team that had 10 more people than last year. I realized then that we were going to be pretty good. Coach Sweeney also ramped up our practices from last year and put us into great shape. That was crucial for us because we won big matches based on conditioning and never lost one because of it. We started off really well, going 6-1 through our first 7 matches and beating good teams like Silver Lake and Somerset. We ended up tagging on 10 more wins, reaching a total of 16, which is only 1 or 2 wins away from the school record. Our team goal was to win the South Shore League, and even though we were one match short of the title, I believe that this season was a success. The checklist for a great season was completed. We were above 500, the wrestlers were happy, and most importantly, Coach Sweeney had an awesome time this year. This was because of all the hard work, long days, and relentless effort that everyone put forth so we can complete our goal of being a successful team. For me, wrestling was a unique and life-changing experience. I had no idea what wrestling was, and my only knowledge of Coach Sweeney was that he played me maybe 5 times during freshman football, and that I did not like him for that. But when I was ultimately asked to wrestle, I said yes, and basically decided to start over with Coach. That to this day was the smartest decision of my life. However, as a member of the privileged Cohasset community, I lacked knowledge of what hard work is, but that all changed that first practice. And soon enough, I got into the hang of things. By sophomore year, I started on the team, and I finally learned what it was like to have pressure. I had 4 matches that year where my match decided the entire match, and it was terrifying. Especially when Matt Froy was slapping you before the match saying, "Hey, Dan, you better win or I'm gonna kill you." But it was ultimately good for me. Junior year came around and I was expected by Coach Sweeney to be a leader, and I regretfully say I slacked on that. But as the year went on, I got better at being a leader and I learned how to be responsible. I was nominated as captain my senior year, and that was the best accolade I ever received. That year started off pretty slow for me, getting pneumonia and not being the captain I should have been. The rest of the year went as well as it could have. This year I took nothing for granted. I tried hard, I gave it my all, and it taught me how to be an adult. Because if this sport does anything, it makes you an adult. Everything that a teenager needs to learn is taught through wrestling. I learned how to work hard, I learned how to deal with pressure, I learned how to be a leader, I learned how to be a man, I learned how to be smart, cooperative, and comfortable, and it's all because of wrestling and Coach Sweeney. Coach Sweeney to me was a metaphorical melting pot of every single important person in a teenager's life. He was my coach, my teacher, my friend, and a father figure. A person who would yell at me one day, yet the next day talk to me about new wrestling shoes. A person who would check up on me and everyone else regardless of the season. A person who would coach his hardest regardless if it was Matt Froyo or someone who couldn't put on wrestling shoes. His determined mindset to be the best coach every time he coached a wrestler is unparalleled in the school and probably the state. He's without question the reason why the sport is the most successful at Cohasset, nonetheless why it exists at our school. Everything I do from here on out will be a product of Coach and everything he in the sport has taught me through my time at CHS. I can't wait to come back and see you every year, and I hope we can stay in touch as I advance to college. My parting thoughts to this team is that it ends really quick. I know this is always said, but it really does end, and it happens quicker than you can ever believe. I'm going to miss this team so much. I'm going to miss coming into practice and joking around with Kevin Peroni. I'm going to miss chasing Lotto throughout Situate High School. I'm going to miss waking up at 6 o'clock on a Saturday, going on a bus to a random town in the middle of the state. I'm going to miss every part of this tough, demanding, painful, yet spectacular experience that I had here, and I'm so glad that I decided to do wrestling. Thank you, Roll Skips.